Well, Pauline, on that point, I have a good friend who's a teacher, mathematics teacher, and he wrote to me saying that he was horrified at this idea of banning under 16s from YouTube because he actually uses YouTube for a lot of kids under 16 to teach them. They go home and they study the YouTube various mathematical programs that make it very easy. They can learn it at home. They can understand it. YouTube is one of the great educational tools. And the idea that we're going to ban it for kids in this country, we are just so stupid. But anyway, I want to move on, Alex, to discussing Penny Wong, who's wandering around America at the moment, trying to drum up some kind of interest from the Trump team in Australia, which we have, of course, have abandoned. No one's interested in Kevin Rudd. Someone's got to tell Kevin Rudd it's time to go. Who do you think it'll be, Alex? Who's going to pull the plug yet again? Kevin Rudd must get used to this all the time. The main thing to do with Kevin Rudd is who's going to tap him on the shoulder and tell him it's time to move on. Who's it going to be, Alex?
Well, look, that's one for the Prime Minister, Rowan, but I think I might be the only person in the building that's actually met with the President myself. So,
Excellent.
I don't know, but it's not going to be me, I can assure you of that. But look, I think the question here is really more, we hear rumblings coming out of the media in Australia, is Australia as good a friend to the US as it used to be? Well, I think that's actually the question. It's not, the narrative here is not, is the Trump administration a bad friend to Australia? I think it's actually, well, why is the Trump administration clearly not dealing with this government? I mean, they are clearly putting this Prime Minister in the freezer. I mean, I've met him. How come the Prime Minister hasn't? How come Richard Marles hasn't? And Penny Wong, I don't know what is happening there. It's good that she's meeting with Marco Rubio, but, at the end of the day, the two leaders should be meeting, should have met a long time ago. And in fact, it's simply not happening. So I think the question here is whether or not Australia is as reliable ally now to the United States rather than the other way around. And it is critical. We need the United States as a strong ally, and this relationship has got to be properly curated by this government. It is not being at the moment, and that is a real worry because on our own, we last about 10 minutes against a foreign adversary.
Absolutely. Just very quickly, Alex, what was it like meeting Donald Trump?
I found him very agreeable. He's very likeable. He's very charming. He's everything the Australian media have said he's not. And that's part of the problem here. I mean, the Australian media have just demonised this guy, and it's, you haven't, but the others have. And it's just, it was not my experience at all. I found him to be quite charming. So there you go. Maybe they could send me over.
Thank you, Pauline Hanson and Alex Antic. Always great to have you here on The World, according to Rowan Dean. Thank you so much, and we'll speak again soon.